Hello, it's Layefa. How are you? So watch me take this girl's lioness mane to this cute little cornrow hairstyle. Let's do it. Hey, how you doing? Something a little bit different on my channel. It's still hair, but this time we're looking at Adeswa's hair. I get asked so much, especially in person, about my baby girl's hair. Not so much online because I haven't really featured her online in recent times, but in person, when I'm out and about with my kids, the first thing people notice is Adeswa's hair, especially when it's just wild and free and just doing bits. People often ask, what do I do to her hair? What do I put in it? How do I treat it? How do I style it? And to be honest, it's just like my hair. Honestly, I do very little, and I think her hair in some ways might be, yes, she does have a lot of hair, but I think it's genetics, because I don't do very much to it. So this is a particular day where we are going through styling her hair. I've actually already washed it, believe it or not, but I didn't go through the right process of trying to take the lint, or the sort of build up that happens of fluff and all that stuff out of her hair. So I'm frantically trying to comb it out or use a tangle teaser, and I didn't get that much out. But ever since watching a trick that Discover Natural does, and she uses a pair of tights, I'll feature it in another video. She just goes through ways you could take the lint out, because girl, I was struggling.
Yes. What do you think you're gonna do?
So I just want you to picture the scene. Imagine it's a Friday night, or most likely in my family's case, it is a Saturday night. We're all gathered in the living room, my boys, my husband, myself, and any other family member who wishes to join us on that particular day, and we're just watching a movie. I mean, I really wanted to set her up in my filming studio and then do her hair, but it would have been really boring. It takes over an hour sometimes to do her hair, and just us sitting in the studio, even though it would have been more aesthetically pleasing for YouTube, it's not as fun for Adeswa. You know, little girls, we need to make the process as pleasant as possible. She's already crying in certain scenes, and that's just the reality of it. I haven't even started doing her hair, and I think it's just maybe her being tender-headed, and I'm just trying to part the hair. And I've learned a trick from other mothers, is that in order for your child to get used to getting their hair done, you need to do it frequently, so they get used to, the bit of pulling, not obviously harsh pulling. I do my best to make the experience pleasant. So she has an iPad in front of her. She has, she's gathered around the boys, her brothers. People are giving her snacks and treats in between, just to, get her mind off the fact that she's getting her hair done. And I'm just sectioning off the hair, creating the sections that I want. I do initially create 4 big sections and start like that. I usually work with the sort of shape of my daughter's hair. Can I just say, right, because people are going to get me for this, I do say canerow. It is I don't know if it's a British thing or an African thing or a Caribbean thing. I noticed that the Americans say cornrow, but in the UK we say canerow. Obviously, other than the people who have been influenced by America and watched a lot of, American YouTubers or American television, we do say canerow, and we spell it canerow. It's the same thing, so excuse me if I use the 2 words interchangeably. It's the same thing. Canerow, cornrow, same difference. As you can see, I do take my time. I'm not an expert at doing cane rows. Far from it. I'm just managing. I just want to be able to create neat hairstyles for my daughter. But I take my time to pick the sections and add it to the braid. Otherwise, it will come out very messy for me. I need to take my time. So that's generally how I manage to achieve certain looks with her. As you can see, when I'm actually doing the cane row, she's not crying. When I'm braiding, she's not crying. It's usually just when I'm trying to part it. And here comes one of her brothers. I think that's Israel. Yeah, it is. Just giving her a tissue to wipe her nose. I just think I should have cut this out, but I just thought it was so adorable. She's like, no, mommy, I want to go. No, baby, you can't go. But just in case that's not good enough, I'll try and go through it again. Hang on. If you want to learn how to cornrow or cane row, I do have a video for beginners on my channel. I will leave it in the description box or put it in the eye for easy access. Alternatively, you can watch this part of the video here carefully. I've put it in real time so you can get the hang of just seeing it visually. But I would advise, if you want to learn how to cane row, to watch the video tutorial of how to do that. I think one of the important things is to create the sections that you want. So you're parting each section, which will create the channel where the braid, as in the cane row, will sit. That's what you've been seeing me doing when I'm parting the hair. And I create these sections, and these sections is basically the channel that the braid, or I'm using braid and cane row and cornrow interchangeably. A cane row is essentially a braid that is sort of weaved onto like the scalp, so it's not like a falling braid. It's really important that when you create these partings for each channel, that you don't have any flyaway hairs. So you need to make sure you have your clips or your hair bands to just hold the hair that you are not braiding out of place. Also, what I like to do is use a little bit of oil or leave-in conditioner or hair lotion at the very beginning where I begin the cane row, to just hold down any flyaways. Something to keep into consideration is the positioning of your fingers, because there's this pinch and grab motion with 3 main fingers. So between your thumb and your index finger, that is usually your pinch motion, and then between your index finger and your thumb, that is your grab motion. It is a lot to grasp because you're learning how to weave the hair and also the positioning of the fingers, but that's something to keep a note of. And after a while, she tends to fall asleep halfway through.